Hi guys, Dandelion Song here. So we're going to continue on with this book called Freemasonry of Ancient Egypt, and of the Ancient Egyptians, and I will probably have a link in there for you. So it's a little book, but I have learned a lot from it, so you might like to pick this up. And this chapter is called The Secret Doctrine in Egypt. And so in the previous editions of this study, we've been looking at all the words in here and decoding them using various ciphers and reading the chapter. Okay, Typhon is the embodiment of every perversity. It's interesting that Typhon has this hat, whose name that I always forget how to say this name. First of all, he has the two serpent legs, like Melazine in Starbucks, right? But he has this hat. Excuse me. If you guys know the name of this hat, put it in the comments. It starts with a P. I know it, but I can't think of it. Okay, so Typhon is the embodiment of every perversity. I didn't study that word. He is the negative creation. The Ahriman of Zoroastrianism. I haven't studied that. I'm trying to think of why I put a T right there. He is black magic and sorcery, the Black Brotherhood. So I guess they have the White Brotherhood and the Black Brotherhood. Nephthys, his wife, is the institution through which he manifests. So the same as Isis is the church of good, Nephthys is the church of bad. He is neither a single evil nor a consequence of ills, but an infinite diversity of them, indescribably insidious, empowered to infect the fabric of church and state. Typhon lured Osiris into the ark of destruction at the time when the sun enters the house of the scorpion. Hence we know him to be the eternal betrayer, the ageless Judas, who undoes all good things, the inevitably presages ruin. He is the power of the physical universe, which is constantly seeking to destroy the spiritual values locked within its substances. He strikes in the 8th month, and now it is supposed that a child delivered in the 8th month of the prenatal epoch cannot live because of the curse of Typhon. Osiris was born in the 7th month. Therefore, it may be said of him that he was delivered prior to the rule of Typhon. Never heard of any of that. So, of all good things, Typhon is the opposer, occupying the position of the eternal negative. Sorry. If I stop the camera, I get confused about which video goes where. Okay. This eternal monster may well be generalized under the appellation of the adversary. In the initiation rites, he is also the tester or the trier, the Lord who is against us. He is the personification of ambition. Ambition is the patron of ruin. It was ambition that set Typhon plotting for the throne of Egypt, designing how he would destroy the power of his brother. A learned Jesuit father sees in Typhon Cain and his brother Osiris Abel. If such a parallel actually exists, then the biblical allegory is susceptible of the same interpretation. Typhon is the desire of the few, pitted against the good of the many. He's the spirit of dissension and discord that breaks up the unity of purpose by setting factions against each other so that the great issues lose the name of action. The desire for riches, pomp, power, and sovereignty by which this evil genius was possessed reveals the temptation by which humanity is deflected from its ultimate goal and led into the byways of sorrow and despair. Typhon, the Queen of Ethiopia, and the 72 conspirators represent the destructive powers preserved to modern Freemasonry as the murderers of the master builder. They are ignorance, superstition, and fear, the destroyers of all good things. I should have circled those. I'll have to circle those. The advent of greed and perversion marked the end of the Golden Age, the Osirian Age, when the good prince Osiris, the deeper truth, returned to his own land, and he became a victim of a hideous plot. What is this mysterious chest, so beautiful in its outer appearance, but so fatal in its application? Plato, wise in the wisdom of the Egyptians, would have answered that the chest was the body that lures the soul into the sorrows of generation. If this interpretation be projected into the social sphere, the chest becomes symbolic of material organization. Witness the application of this thought to Christianity, where the pomp and glory of the outer show of the vast ecclesiastical mechanism has all but destroyed the simplicity and dignity of the primitive revelation. The murderers rush from the palace with the lead-sealed casket and cast it with its kingly contents into the dark waters of the Nile. Thus are the ideals which lead men into the paths of truth and righteousness obscured when the truth no longer evident, error can rule supreme. Typhon ascended the throne as regent of the world, swinishly gloating over a dejected humanity has led in dark and devious byways. By the Nile, may we not understand the river of generation, in the current of which souls imprisoned in mortal nature move helplessly upon the never-ceasing current. With truth dead, sorry, I keep hitting the phone. With truth dead, or at least exiled to the invisible world, material facts were superseded by opinions. Opinions bred hatreds. This is judging. And men finally fought and died over notions both senseless and soulless. Greed became the dominating impulse, gain the all-absorbing end, and ruthlessness the all-sufficient means. In the dark ages of uncertainty, when reality hid its face and no man dared to know, the leering Typhon ruled his ill-gotten world, binding men to himself by breeding 1,000 uncertainties to sap courage. Religion does this these days. Churches breed uncertainties when they should create courage and truth within. This is why I tell you to run from the churches. Plus, they lie to you. And weaken conviction. Men asked, why seek to know? Knowledge does not exist. Life is a cruel jest, purposeless and of short duration, because the human mind demanded intellectual expression. Typhon sowed seeds of intellectual confusion so that the numerous orders of learning appeared which were convincingly plausible but untrue. These various orders of thought survived by catering to the weakness and limitations of the flesh. Today, our great industrial civilization is feeling the heavy hand of an outraged destiny. The evil genius of our ambitions has again undone us, and our follies crumble about us. Typhon rules the world, for the earth today is the arena of the ambitious. Okay. Yeah, we have a little bit more to go. So I think I'm going to stop right there. Then the next part's going to talk about what then of Isis, the mother of mysteries. So it brings her back into the struggle between good and evil. And so in the next section, we'll talk about that. And then we're also going to go over these words, courage. I did Putin and Obama. Yeah, I think I'll bring those to you. Ruin, Jesuit, Egypt. Did ruin it. Oh, sorrow. Palm. Oh, pomp. I was doing pomp. I can't even see what that word is. Oh, glory. Okay. Typhon. I did a lot of stuff here. I was Venus. So there's a lot to show you. I did a lot of work last night sitting watching my kids at orchestra. All right, love you guys. Talk to you soon.